Who's the only president buried in Washington, D.C.? Woodrow Wilson was our 28th president. If you read 40 biographies of his life, you'll get 40 different interpretations. In many ways, he was a walking paradox. But one thing about him was very, very obvious. He was a peace-loving president, and that will be exhibited on the top of his sarcophagus by the placement of a crusader's sword with a rounded tip instead of a pointed one. This man very reluctantly led us into World War I, knowing it would be a bloodbath, and he was absolutely right. The numbers are staggering. 116,000 Americans lost their lives in World War I. But 16 million lives were lost overseas, rendering it the worst war of all, or the war to end all wars. Because of him, we have Armistice Day. He was a hero and went overseas to cement the arrangements made from his desk in Washington with his allies. He was very big, of course, on the League of Nations. He also gave us the income tax and the Federal Reserve System, and served his country in many different ways. He was the governor of New Jersey, the president of the United States. The straight line between those 2 points was a scant 2 years. And he was president before then, of course, of Princeton University, and was the first president of Princeton not to be a member of the clergy. He's also our only president to have earned a PhD. We have had JDs, Juris Doctorates, in our White House Oval Office, but he was the one and only PhD. He taught on 6 different campuses throughout his career. His first grandson, Dean Francis Sayre, was born in the White House when Wilson served as president. Dean Sayre served this cathedral as a dean for more than 25 years and previously served his country as a Navy chaplain. If you spend more time in Wilson Bay, you'll find his words inscribed on the walls. You'll also see a series of beautiful stained glass panels simply called War and Peace. The left panel is the peace into which we're all born, the gold and green, the smiles of joy. The right panel, the bloodshed of war, as man tries to remove that peace from man. And the center panel of soft blues and lavenders of redemption, reminding us no matter how we treat each other, there's always an everlasting Father waiting to bring us back up where we belong.